When we use our creative imagination and strong faith, it will create for us out of the one substance whatever we have formed and thought. So says Ernest Holmes. Faith is the key. Dr. Michael Beckwith tells us that when you have the faith the size of a mustard seed and abandon yourself and all the details of your life to it, your greater yet to be bursts forth. You will meet it everywhere. It will press itself against you and multiply around you. You will hear the Spirit whispering inwardly to you about why you are here and what you have come to do, revealing the agreement in your divine contract. One of the biggest inhibitors to that is attachment to a particular outcome or a particular way of doing things. Things happen in God's time, in God's way, and they happen for us only by working through us, and only to the degree that we are able to accept them. As you know, there are major hurricanes happening in the South as I speak. We pray that everyone is okay and that all needed supplies get to them right away. The hurricanes reminded me of a story. A storm descends on a small town and the downpour soon turns into a flood. As the waters rise, the local preacher kneels in prayer on the church porch, surrounded by water. By and by, one of the townsfolk comes up the street in a canoe. "Better get in, preacher, the waters are rising fast." "No," says the preacher, "I have faith in God, he will save me." Still the waters rise. Now the preacher's up on the balcony, wringing his hands in supplication, when another guy zips up on a motorboat. "Come on, preacher, we need to get you out of here. The levee's going to break any minute." Once again, the preacher is unmoved. "I shall remain. God will see me through." After a while, the levee breaks and the flood rushes over the church until only the steeple remains above water. The preacher's up there, clinging to the cross, when a helicopter descends out of the clouds and a state trooper calls down to him through a megaphone, "Grab the ladder, preacher, this is your last chance." Once again, the preacher insists that God will deliver him, and predictably he drowns. A pious man, the preacher goes to heaven. After a while, he gets an interview with God and he asks the Almighty Lord, "I had unwavering faith in you. Why didn't you deliver me from that flood?" God shakes his head. "What did you want from me? I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter." This is a misuse of faith and an attachment to a specific way that we believe things must be and must be done. It clouded the preacher's perspective in such a way that he was unable to see that what was in front of him was what he was asking for. He failed to recognize that those vehicles were God's means of producing what he had asked for. As Stephen Sondheim tells us in Company, you see what you look for, you know. How often do we do that? I know I've done it. Jesus reminds us that we must ask knowing that it's done. That's faith. I think that what the Buddhists mean when they talk about non-attachment. When we truly believe, we release and let go, knowing that it's already done, just as Jesus reminded us to do. If we try to hold on and make things happen our way, as the preacher did, we block the flow. A writer who uses the pen name Mockingbird, a self-described psychologist of religion, I haven't heard of that before, notes that Christians, and I might other religious people as well, sometimes say that their faith is a relationship, not a religion. Any good relationship relies on faith and trust. Do you trust in God? Do you have faith? Not just faith in God, as Holmes says, but the faith of God. Letting go, being unattached to outcomes or timing or a particular way of doing it. Let us experience that faith fully, and let us experience our good fully. That's why the last step in a spiritual mind treatment is release. As Julian of Norwich reminds us, all is well, all shall be well. All manner of things shall be well. So stop trying to manipulate or coerce the universe. God got it, and all's well. Simply step into that knowing now.